obviously at the weekend, we saw City, in my opinion, bottle the opportunity to stay top, losing points to Forest when you're 1-0 up and Haaland's skying chances from 6 yards out. Plus Arsenal with one of the most dramatic comebacks, dramatic wins of the season. How good does it feel to be back top of the league? And Igal, do you think this wobble is now past? Is it a past tense thing now for Arsenal?
Terry, that was crucial. And yes, I think that is a sign of things, better things to come. Because if we would have lost, it would have continued. We had to win that game. It didn't matter what the performance was. It didn't matter how the game ended up happening. We can all agree here. It didn't matter how the result took place. We just needed to get the result after the amount of games that we dropped points. So right now, I'm happy. Everyone in the Arsenal camp somewhat happy after an explosive Wednesday. And right now,
is Party back?
No, Partey's not back. Emil Smith Rowe is back. Jesus is supposedly going to be back within a week, and Partey could be back within a week. So we could see after the next game against Leicester, when the Europa League's back around, we could potentially see both Partey and Jesus back and almost a fully fit squad. First time in the season since everybody except El Neni could be back in the squad come the next round of the Europa League.
Oh, because El Neni's so crucial, isn't he? What would you ever do without El Neni?
No. You're joking. You're joking. But at the end of the day, we know how crucial squad depth is, and he's literally before Lokonga got injured.
You've signed this replace. You've actually replaced El Neni with Jorginho anyway. So
I get that. You're laughing. But
you do not understand. Yeah, El Neni during Ramadan, is different gravy. I'm telling you that now. That guy turns into Makaleli and Perlo all in one.
No, but guys, let's be honest. That comeback was crucial for this team. We needed to win that game. Yeah. This was a massive game. And that right there just shows that we still have the belief, the mentality, the character. And shout out to Georginio and what do you call it, Zinchenko, because they're two people who carried us mentality-wise in this game. I heard Georginio even gave a pep talk halftime. I didn't even know about that until recently. But yeah.
No. Look, it's going to be I really believed that when City beats Arsenal, okay, here we go. City will go on a winning run, and let's see what they do against Villa. Because remember, we had that whole prediction on the Terrace, and so it's going to be very crucial how Arsenal reacts. Because yes, they say City loss is bad, but what is even much more important is how they react against Villa. And the fact that not only it's the way they won. See, if they won 2-0, cool. But the fact that they were in a losing position twice and they came back and won, psychologically, it is a huge boost. So if Arsenal now win that game in hand, it's going to be interesting because I just thought that the story would be City going to win and run, Arsenal start losing points, and it is what it is. So now I'm like, oh, this could get really exciting. As in, is this going to be a 2-horse race or is this actually going to really now be a 3-horse race? And look, I'm not going to just change my view. My money is still on Man City. I still feel eventually they'll win it because I don't want a narrative where that Norwegian James Bond villain has like 60 goals and City comes second. That is going to be a wild narrative to have, So, I don't know, man.
City better hope.
I just don't believe that Arsenal win the league, man. I can't see it. I can't see it.
You want that feeling, innit? You're saying that based on your feelings.
No disrespect, have hope. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, the way that we've been performing this season, if we get back to our full strength team, and we're
when is Jesus back?
Well, Jesus should be back like next week, hopefully.
Next week, yeah.
Right? So if we're back fully fit in a week's time and we're still above City, honestly, from there we should be able to do it. No question about it. It's just the whole thing that has been is how are we going to weather the injuries? And every time we've had a little bit of a hiccup, it seems like we bounce back. And at this moment in time, I think it's just scripted for us to win it. I think at this point it's scripted for us to win it. It's written in the stars.
And for me, I look. It's exciting. It's actually exciting, but we have to just see what City can do.
I hear you. What you saying, George? Like as a Spurs fan, obviously you would have been very joyous when they lost to City, but to see them bounce back like that, City to have another wobble, are you looking at this as a rival, thinking maybe this is just written in the stars for Arsenal this year?
Look, Arsenal, they got the win. So, like you said, it's going to be a confidence boost to their dressing room regardless, and no one can take that away from them. But you're still looking at them 1 win in 5 games. Like, it's not amazing form, and it's not Arsenal had just had a wobble. They had a big wobble. They had a shake, and their team finally turn up, and it was just about, they saved it very little, very late, and it was a bit lucky. But again, you need luck on your side here and there. But I'm not worried about City. Like Have Hope said, I still see City going out there and doing the job and just getting over it. I mean, they have been inconsistent. They have shown that they are a lot weaker than they were last season. But as we've seen over the past couple of games, Arsenal have shown that their team just isn't as strong as they thought. Their defense is not as strong as they thought. Saliba's form at the start of the season was not sustainable, and he's starting to have a few blinkers here and there. And I expect the team to continue to do that. One thing that you mentioned, the gal, just there is, like, again, when you have your full team back, you can't rely late on the season in having your full team. No one generally does. Injuries are going to come into play like they have already for you guys, and I think it will just continue to go on like that. And yeah, you've got a few more easy run of games coming up, so you should be picking up points. But we'll see the mentality of the players, really.
Are these? I think they've got Leicester away, which is I mean, I know they've lost 3-0 yesterday, but they should have at least got one in that first half, but they can't finish. Then they've got Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, and then Fulham away. But Bournemouth at home should be an easy 3 points.
But we have to look at this. Look at this.
Everton and Fulham, I just think the way they play, the way they set up as a defensive unit, I think that's what causes Arsenal more problems, because of how rigid they are defensively and how much they fight for every chance. Plus, Willian, he's got a bone to pick with all his old clubs this season, apparently. So
yeah, I don't think Arsenal are going to have any trouble with Everton at the Emirates. Personally, is it Fulham away?
They got Bournemouth
away, yeah.
Fulham away is a tough game, but equally though, TBG's right. City haven't. I think the City have done it once, to be fair, but City haven't put a run of games together all year. So
it's October.
This is the thing. Like, it's kind of like, I get the challenges that are labeled against Arsenal, but it's as if people are not watching City this season. And I keep saying it every week, and people go, "Why are you defending Arsenal?" I'm not. I'm just confused why we're ignoring the gaping holes in this City team at the moment, because most Man City fans, barring Nobbins, are all saying it, but the pundits and the media and rivals of Arsenal are ignoring it. So City fans are saying, we ain't that great this year, but everybody else is going, yeah, you are, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. And I just think that's praying that they are, so Arsenal don't win it. Ironically, I'm praying that they're not, because I don't want a three-peat to happen. As a Man United fan, if we can't win the damn thing, I'd rather Arsenal do it, because I don't want City, because it actually puts more pressure on Man United next year to win the league, because that means you've got to stop City from doing a 4 on the bounce, which no one's done, which is a record that, again, just gives them an area of superiority within the English game. And I care about those kind of records because we're a big club, and it really, really matters. But I thought the most impressive thing for me about Arsenal was 2 things. One, the perseverance to win. Secondly, Georginio. Still, his performance was brilliant. His leadership was brilliant. All I was seeing all game, and I was obviously watching the game in the house with Jess, and Jess reminded me like a lot of online Arsenal fans that were, Saka gets a lot of praise, and Gabby gets praise, and Zinny gets praise, Zinchenko gets praise. I keep saying how way she says names before you pick up language, don't you? How Zinchenko does things, and this guy and that guy. And I'm sitting there watching the game, and every 5 minutes, I'm like, you haven't even mentioned Georginio's name once. And I'm like, this guy has been cutting open their lines regularly throughout the whole game. It was other people whose final ball or shots weren't good enough. Georginio is out of this world. And I think what he demonstrated to Gunners is that he can debutize for Thomas Partey. This should make Arsenal fans feel far more relaxed now when Partey's out. Now, of course, they want him playing. Why would you not want one of the best DMs in the league fitting in your team? I think there's something to be said about Georginio and Partey playing in games together.
Well, wait. Terry, wasn't you having the conversation saying otherwise just last week? Because I believe I was watching your show with Jess.
You're allowed to change your mind, George.
No, wait. I'm just talking about how, and you was condemning Arsenal fans about how a lot of them were talking about how good Georginio was going to be.
No, I thought you misheard. I condemned them because when he was first signed, there was outrage. And then because of an article from Ornstein, they all went, oh, actually, I think it's a really good signing. And then when Partey got injured, oh, that's it. Season's over. Season's finished. And I said, how dare you just write off Georginio like that? I said, this guy's a really good player. And then when he delivered like he did on Saturday, I sat there and was like, have more faith. Like, all I was calling out is that those particular Gooners showed their ass because they lied for likes online that they thought it was a good signing. They didn't speak their truth. That's all I was calling out. I didn't call out. I said from day one, And the gal, I'll tell you, I was live on the air when they signed him. I said, that's a brilliant signing for Arsenal. He'll deliver for them in a number of games this year because he's a class act. What he needs is legs around him. Michael Carrick needed legs around him. Players like that do because he isn't fast. But as long as there's energy around him, a player like him will rip teams open with his passing. He won't be the guy that gets the assists. He won't be the guy that scores screamers. He won't be the guy that tracks back and puts in an amazing last-ditch tackle. But he, for me, as I always describe players like him, he is the gravy on a roast dinner. He's almost the most important part. You can have the best meat, best veg, best potatoes. But if there's no gravy, that Sunday roast is shit. He is great. He is gravy on the Sunday dinner. Very much Michael Carrick-esque for Man United, who just one of the most underrated players in Premier League history. Georginio is sensational. And Chelsea, in my opinion, he was going to leave for free in the summer, so they got a bit of money. I mean, they literally are going to help Arsenal win the league with that signing, 110%.
We'll see. After 38 games, we'll see what happens after 38 games.
I wanted to ask a gal a question because I only saw this the other day, and it was a stat showing me all of Thomas Partey's missed games, and there seems to be a frequent trend amongst that he doesn't like to play big games, does he? All this talk about being the best midfielder in the league, and he's missed how many top 6 games in the past 2 years?
He decided he wanted to play against us because Casemiro was out.
Listen,
it's one of the first top 6 games he's played in a while.
Listen, I can't control when the guy gets injured. He just unconvincingly got injured at certain times. He still, whenever he plays, he looks like one of the best midfielders in the league.
But don't you have to prove that against the best players?
He has on numerous occasions.
Again, availability is the best ability. So yes, it hasn't cost you this season yet. Like you're still fine this season, but let's see next season it's a lot tighter, and then he goes down again.
We're not going to have to worry about that next season, hopefully, because we already are trying to address that in the summer. We're already planning on getting a Declan Rice or somebody like that in the summer, and that's why we were looking at Casado in the first place this window, and that's why Terry, I agree with you. Some people, even myself, were worried when we were looking at getting Georginio. But the moment that he signed and everything was done, I said to myself, you know what? I already thought this team was good enough. We've only gotten better without Lokonga. Hence why even when Thomas Partey got injured, I was still like, you know what, business as usual. Let's see a Georginio masterclass versus Man City. I was a little concerned because, of course, you're always going to be concerned going into a big game, missing one of your key players. Everyone would be. But now there's been 2 games. He's shown in those 2 games that we got ourselves a leader, and that's what I'm proud of. We went out and we did something. We were proactive instead of not proactive. We reacted and we got something done.
You found a way to win. You found a way to win.
Yeah, rather than just.
And that's what I'm about. Like it's the same conversation when Casemiro's out. Man United's found a way to win. It's like against Leicester, 3-0. You know what I'm saying?
I think what I like most about that Georginio sign though is as good as he's been. I think from a more basic point of view, it was a statement of intent because normally it proved that you're serious about winning this title because. He's not a long-term signing. He's not a 3-4 year, 5 year signing. He's here to help you now and to help you get across the line now, which is what I want to see more clubs do when they're in this position.
Yeah, and one more thing, Terry.
Absolutely right.
One more thing, Terry. On the match reaction, I felt like you were lumping me in with those people. The moment I left the stream, you said you're counting me out. Yes, rightfully so. You can call me out for being one of the people who are against the signing. But once he was signed, I was never worried about us faltering based on him. I was always more worried about if City, after they beat us, if we can't keep up with them. When it comes down to him,
I appreciate, just going by the way your tweets read on the day that Partey got injured, it just read like shit. We're in trouble now. And for me, if Casemiro got injured or was suspended, but we had what I consider to be an adequate or very good replacement in a DM role, I wouldn't panic. Like Man United don't have another DM, so there is more reason to go crap. There's a problem there. That's all I was really referring to there.